All right, hello, testing, testing, testing. Looking at my other TV here so I can see. Okay, I can hear. All right, I can see. Let me do this. Yeah, I got it on or not. Let's see. I don't see nothing. Okay, let's just get on here. I don't see it on here. No. Okay, so I did something wrong. Put it back. Ah, okay, there we go. Now I should be able to see it. Yeah, all right, there we go. I can see it. Alrighty, let's see. Hello and welcome to Shan the Baby. And today I'm doing a political read here. If you have any questions you would like me to answer on the political front with my cards, I would oblige to do that reading for you if you have a question about a political question. What I'm coming here today is to check on these special elections. Okay, we got two special elections coming up in the big old state of Florida. And remember, this is just for um, entertainment purposes. Just your favorite country psychic coming through. I am a country girl at heart, southern born and southern bred. So. Uh, it's just for entertainment purposes, and everything is allegedly because I'm just a little old country psychic trying to, you know, put the cards down on the table and see what kind of truth I can get out. All right. Let's see. First of all, we are having these elections in Florida, and that in itself is shocking that we are even concerned with at least one of those congressional districts. Okay, we're not concerned with all of them, but these one of them is a is interesting to say the least. So, but we have one in the first congressional district, and we have one in the sixth congressional district. I am writing this down because I am a Virgo, and I don't know any other way than to do it um, as methodically as I can. Sorry, I do. I hope that y'all can work with my Virgo in mind and breaking things down because that's what I like to do. So the first seat, this first seat here was vacated by Matt Gates. You know, we all know him. He went up for rump the stump, put him up for a position, but everybody knows he's an SO offender. But even though our president, Rumpity Brump, is the head SO offender in charge, but nonetheless, he put the man up. Man didn't work out. Okay. So now we need somebody to replace his seat in that first congressional district. In the sixth congressional district, it is vacated by Mike Waltz, which is that security man who is taking all of our security and text messaging everywhere. But nonetheless, that is allegedly okay. Just your favorite country psychic um, that is here. Uh, Banana, if you have a question about a political read, because that's what I'm doing here, political stuff, and maybe I could try to answer it with my cards. Uh, do you love God? Yes, love God with all my heart. Love Jesus. Very spiritually. I'm very spiritual about a lot of stuff, and I feel like there are a lot of different entities, spirits, gods. Yeah, I don't just go down with one. So, but God, particularly the head, or you could just say the head spiritual person. Yeah, I do believe in that, but I believe in a whole lot of different things. Very eclectic, but God is a believer because God is the major spirit that helps us do our work. You know, is what I feel. Our spiritual work and our tarot card reading and bringing us our gifts. Okay, so I do believe that. Now we got the sixth congressional district again. That was vacated by the Mike Waltz person. And usually these people are not very concerned about these districts, but I have been looking at television. Okay. And there, I don't know which districts these are because I haven't strategically studied which districts these are in Florida. But there have been a lot of those town hall meetings, and those folks are mad. Okay. So everybody's telling them to stop having the town hall meetings as if you don't talk to the people, then the people are going to disappear and everything is going to be grand. I mean, that works in a Disney Channel movie, but in real life it really doesn't work. And you don't go to those people and you don't talk to those people. But even when they do talk to them, I see these people are riled up. These people are riled up in these red districts, okay? And these are not my people, okay? You know, my flavor of people. And I'm so glad to see that. So then people can't be complaining, oh, it's just her kind of people out here complaining. No, we have people of other persuasions complaining to the people that they voted in and the people that they love. We are in the FNF and finding out and around. Okay, we all know what that is. So that's what we up into right now. F around and find out. One thing about people, whether they are brown, black, rich, or poor, grandmother always wants her check. Mhm. Great grandmother always wants her check. Your uncle always wants his social security check. Those people want their social security check. So once you start playing around with it and telling them they frauding out and they, these folks are 70 years old and barely making it. My mama's 70 something. She's legally blind, okay? And you're telling those social security people, yes, just if you skip this month, shut your mouth. Or if you open it, I know you're frauding, because in the month that my mother will get her check, she's legally blind. And in the next month, she'll be legally blind. Okay, so nothing is fraudulent, but she will, and I mean will, complain. And I will complain for her, to her, and about somebody messing with my mom and my dad and their social security check. So they think that for some reason, it was just going to hurt a certain constituent of people. Oh, y'all are the fraudsters, people of my persuasion or somebody else. But now you got other folks, your own persuasion that is of what time is it for you? Central time. Um, you got other people of the same persuasion is in those town halls, and I love it because there is nothing can be said about the skin persuasion of myself. Okay, nothing they can say about us right now. You got the wrong one riled up. When you talked about Social Security, I think you are pressing hot button issues for all because there are some people who are even rich. But they still want their Social Security check. It's probably something they take and go to the casino with on their check. But then there are people like my family, older people who live paycheck to paycheck, and if they don't have the paycheck, then they don't live where they do. I think that in the lies where they messed up. Okay. And this in lies why we have such a weird atmosphere around these Florida districts. How the hell do you get anxious in anticipation around a Florida red district. You know how you watch TV and you watch YouTube and you watch these town halls and you see the anger in these people. These people are angry, okay? And maybe they thought that when they voted for the rump, that he was only going to go about, weeding out the persuasions of black and brown people or something. I don't know. Y'all, peace. I don't know what she's talking about. You just have to watch YouTube and go to those town halls meetings, and they are up in arms, and they are saying one of them. I don't know who she was. She was a Ukrainian congresswoman, and he was like, everybody move away from her because the lightning is going to hit her because she is telling so many lies. Okay. And these probably are the same people who went and voted for Rump the Stump and gladly signed up. But they didn't think that it would hit them. Okay. They didn't think that it would come to them because this was strictly aimed at the brown and black people and the poor people that wasn't MAGA maggots or something like that. So now we in that fucking, and yeah, we out there. Yeah. So that lies our issue here. And then we have this Randy Fine in the Florida 6th District, okay? This is where the Mike Waltz came from. And he was on TV and whatever. He said that Rump the Trump was saved so that he could save us, okay? And I'm going to let that sit where it sit at because I ain't got to explain what kind of nonsense that could be. But anyway, he's going against the dude called Josh Wells. And they feel like Josh Wells is doing good, but I don't know if he'll be able to push through that real corrupt system they have in Florida, allegedly. That tight hold that they want to hold on the red. This is my red state, but I don't know. In a lot of these town hall meetings in Miami, I have seen lots of older people, probably 60 and up, okay? And they are saying, you're not listening to us, you're not representing us. And the last thing that they say to those peoples in the town hall is this one thing: I will vote you out. And that's what they say. And when I hear it, I hear conviction in their voice and I believe it. Whether they couldn't stand Biden, whether they could never stand Kamala in their life, they like their Social Security check. That is where the rubber gonna meets the road when you start taking things that people who usually vote Republican, they use it too, and they're unaware. Some people have, when they first started doing what they call the Obama phones or whatever, it was just so ticklish to me where I would see folks on the TV and I hate Obama phones, I don't want any. And then when I would go to the food pantry, yes, I do have to go to the food pantry sometime. I no longer go now, but when I had a car, I did. And you would see all the persuasion people who hated the food stamp phones. And guess what? They were up at the desk getting the food stamp phone. Okay. So a lot of people like to vote against their interests, like they say, and you can see it. You can see it. They'll be getting the most food stamps, and then they'll say, I love Trump. I love Rump the Rump. And it makes no sense to me. And then when they say, well, hey, I was looking for them to get rid of the black girls when the brown girls, no, they getting rid of everybody. Okay. It's for all. Okay. So with that being said, laying the foundation, let's go and lay some comparison cards out for this first district vacated by the ex-offender, Mr. Matt Gates. He left that situation. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do some cards here for the Mr. Gay Volinet. Please excuse my mispronunciation of these people names. I'm totally country, totally southern, and I'm not going to get any of that right. And Jimmy Patronis. Okay, so we'll do Gay Volante over here and Jimmy Patronis in the Florida First District and see what we can get from a comparison. We'll do about 5 cards here and 5 cards there. So let's get us going for Gay Volamente in the Florida First District. Let's get us going. Let's get us going. Tell us how this is going to work out if you can. Or because time and everything is free will. So let's see. All right. We got that from Mr. Elemente 2, 3, 4. All right, and 5. Let's do 6, 6, come out. Oh, okay. Jimmy Patronus, that first district. Jimmy Patronus. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And this district also heard that this was one they wasn't too concerned about, but kind of concerned about. Well, Jimmy Patronus came out and said that they were outspending him, and they had a lot of money or something like that. I don't know if he was trying to use reverse psychology so he can get more money. I don't know if that's the case. Let's see. So they say, the people that was registered, of course, in that district is more Republicans are registered than Democrats. So they don't know if he could possibly seem like it was a heavy lift for him to swing so many Republicans. It just depends on how mad people are. Okay. So, but we'll let the cards speak and I can shut up. All right. So, for my man, Gabe Valamenta. Let's see. We got a ring. We've got a child. We've got mountains. And we've got fox. We've got the man, which is him. And we've got cross. A cross to bear a heavy lift. Okay. He's got this is how I feel from how I read my cards, because I read my cards with the cards as well as with my spirit. What it tells me. It tells me that he's getting new support. Okay, this man is actually getting some running start support of Republicans. But I don't feel like it's enough, okay, because we got some difficulties and obstacles to cross here. Um, because like I said, the state is heavily rooted in the redness, and they're not really going to let you come up out of it, even if you are truly the victor and you've got all of the support of some of the most of all of the Democrats and some of the Republicans. All right, because there's a fox in that state. Okay, that is not wanting to let him win. And the fox's betrayals, lies, fakes, slavery to vices. Okay. Um, let's see. Working with cunning and shrewdness, business deals. Okay. This is a place of money and opportunity and poshness. Okay. A lot of money, a lot of businesses operating in this area, allegedly. Okay. And I don't feel from over here that he'll win. We have the man that is close to the cross. Okay. And the cross is like physical or money problems. It could be a physical problem, whereas he just can't get enough of those Republicans to flip. Okay. Maybe some people are mad. Maybe they're not mad enough at this moment. At this time, it could take a little bit more for them to turn it over and give it up. All right. Let's see. Mm. No, they're not close enough because I feel like I got isolation, hermeneutic, resignation, judgment to bear. I feel like they're not just there yet. They have not found out enough to flip that particular district. But what is what I see here is though he has a growing support and base, and may become time for the what do you call it? The when you come time to vote them in again in I think 2026, the midterms. Okay, when the midterms come along, they may have around and found out a whole lot, and then they're willing to flip more than they thought they flip. It just depends on how bad it gets for people in that district. Okay, I don't know if that district really consists of affluent type people, and it may take a little longer for them to around and find out. Us poor people, we ain't got much left. So the list is kind of short on how we go around and find out, and we ain't even vote for them. All right. All right. So his chances look a little bit slim. Seems like the system is against him, but they do have an initial ball rolling. I can definitely say that there is some movement of Republicans away from the Republican Party in that particular district. It's just not enough yet, and they haven't been through enough and seasoned enough by the moronic crap that Trump will eventually take us through. All right, so let's go over to his side. And we got the crossroads. We got the snake. Lots of deception there. All right. So that deception to me lies in that fox that's on the other side of him. This is the Republican Party in that particular district, allegedly. Just crooked. And we got clouds here, which is causing confusion, disturbances, making things seem not what they are. That's why I said with that weird, he's getting more money than us. Like that could be some kind of like fake out or something so he can get some more money or something like that. Um, we got the community. We got the community behind him. He's got the sun. Okay. He's got majority of that district still in his bag. But there is a movement. Okay. This is the Stark. This is changes, displacement, transforming, prolonging, and change. Changes inside. What's it with people from the past? Changes in ideas from people from the past, old situations. The tide is changing, okay? They are maybe happy that they won this district, but there are some numbers within those numbers that are really going to frighten them, okay? They may win this election. This man, what is his name here? Jimmy Patronis, the Republican, not incumbent, just a Republican. He will definitely win it, perhaps. But there are some numbers they are going to be afraid of. Okay, and you can mark that because this is. Let's see if I'm working with it. Let's see. So let's see. Let's get this unchanged. Even though the Republicans are going to win this House seat with the Jimmy Patronis and Gabe Delanto, will they be scared of some of those numbers that they get back? Those internal numbers. Would they be afraid of it? This is no, and this is yes. So we're going to stop and proceed. Will they be scared of those numbers, internal numbers? Yes, they will be afraid of those internal numbers. Will those internal numbers, will those internal numbers show them that their support is waning and that we're talking about that particular district? Will that show it? That is a yes. Okay. So that is that's what I'm going with. But they're going to see that Stark. The Stark is the baby being carried off somewhere else. Where is that baby being carried off to? Being carried off to the Democratic Party in Florida. If the Democratic Party in Florida can play their cards right and they know what to do, they have to know what to do. They have to be strong. They have to stand up. And they themselves have to go inside of Florida, Democratic people, and hold the town halls that the other people are scared to hold, that are afraid of the people that voted them in. All right, so that's that for that one. Now let's go looking at this 6th district. 6th district. Now, this is one they are a little bit more afraid of. This includes Daytona Beach in the Florida 6th District. And all these elections are going to be held on April the 1st. I cannot wait to see the outcome of these elections. I wish I could see the internal numbers because that's what's important. Somebody may win it, but there is a shift. And you can definitely take that with it, that there is a shift that is going on, particularly in that district. But we'll go and see if there's a shift in this district. Okay, Florida 6. All righty. We're going to do Josh Wells over here and Randy Fine, the man that says Rump is the second coming of Christ. Yeah, that man there. All right. He really eats out of the diaper. I have a saying here that there are people in the Congress that are eating out of Trump's diaper. Sorry about that, but that's just what I see when I see them. The gallant tales of oh, master, you are the best in the universe. There is no other man with such pretty hands. Oh, everything you say is smart, sir. You're the smartest man in the galaxy, rump, rump. So that's eating out the diaper to me, and I didn't make that statement up. My mother did. She's 70 years old. She says all they're doing in that office is eating out of Trump's diaper. But that is allegedly. This is just your country psychic. But it seems like a eating out the diaper activity. All right. So let's go ahead with Joyce Wells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I picked 2, so I've got to do it. All right, now let's go to Randy Fine, the best man that ate out the diaper. Because according to Randy Fine, Trump is the second coming of Christ. Randy Fine, let's see what he's going to do in this election. There's some type of lady there. What is this secret lady? What the heck going on? And that's going to put it in. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how this one going in. Okay. All right, we'll go with him. All right. Okay. We'll go like this then. Go to him first. Okay. We got John Wells. We got the ship, which is next to the park, which is the garden, which is public things, reception, new positive occasions, ceremony, friends full of people, communicating, and social contact. People are coming toward him. He seems to be very popular among the people in that district. And I feel like there are people who don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but is motioning towards them. It's like I see him and he's saying, come, come, come. And they like, I don't know. I don't like this about you, but I'm willing to give you a chance. Okay. So they are more open than that Florida 1st congressional district. These people are more welcoming. Like, I can vote for you. And it's not even that hard, like, I can vote for you, but I got to close my nose. It's like, I can vote for you. I don't like some things, but then I'll do this because the alternative is a little bit moronic at the time. These are your voters that are conflicted. This is conflicted, tension, conflict, violence, physical or verbal dispute with loved ones, communication problem, talking spicy, whip me or not. These seems to be the people that are in those town hall meetings. They are very conflicted. Very conflicted is the people who are moving towards him. We got the ship. We've got the park. We've got the conflict and the park. I think they're willing to go with him. This is like the what they call it, the coalition of the willing. All who are willing. Okay, even people that voted for Rump the Stump in this particular district is like, hey, I might just go with you. Okay, you look like a horse that I can ride, because the horse that brought me in here, he kicked me in the face and rolled off. That's all the Republicans that are in those town hall meetings, regurgitating the same old thing over and over and over, and saying the things in which people do when they eat out the apple. All right, and the last we got a mice, a snake, and a clover. And I feel like this is a person who's going to overcome deficits. Okay, that's what I feel like Clover. When I feel him overcoming deficits. This is like, to me, like a once in a chance opportunity. That's what it feels like in this case for Mr. John Wells. It's a once in a lifetime situation, wherein he's facing so many things. You got the mice and the snake like to eat the mice, and the mice run away from the snake. It's going to be a situation in when he's going to win, irregardless. I mean, I feel, but that's my spirit telling me that he's going to win, despite them thinking that for some reason that Randy Feynman thinks that for some reason that his campaign is totally over or falling apart or something like that to him. Okay, or he may be telling people that Mr. John Wells campaign is falling apart. Could be some deception. They are doing some things underhanded, and also doing some things in the background, which include allegedly, like Florida. The backbone of Florida in the election, the people in elections, the people who run the boards, wealthy businessman. Like that is an actual, allegedly, that is an actual system, that pushes out Republicans, whether they get the good numbers or they don't. All right. And I feel like he'll be able to upend the system. I feel more on this one that he's going to have some more forward movement march than that first district. He's not only going to get Floridians, the Republican and some of the MAGA Republicans in with him. He's also going to get some movement of Democrats in that particular district. Even if they are outnumbered, he may get them going out and motivated, because they what the people here in this district, they want to be heard. That's what I get from my spirit. They want to be heard. They feel like they're not being heard, and whoever they can go with and get a listening ear, that's who the person that they're ride with. Okay, so like I say, the horse that they rode in on kicked them and ran out the room, and then here comes him. He's not on that stallion horse that you usually go for to ride on, but it is a horse nonetheless that can take you to your location. It's something can get you to point A to B, and it's a lot of those Republican voters who are trying to get from point A to point B, which is get away from them effing with their Social Security. Okay, I think that's really gonna get them in the end. And at this point, they're just talking about effing with the Social Security. Okay, but the point is, once you start doing it, it's going to lead to a lot of different things. So hopefully he'll back off from there. But I think the once you say certain things, you can't take it back, and they're never going to trust you again. Even I'm talking about those Republican voters, because I don't trust them now time, 9 day, 9 hour. Okay, but those Republican voters, I think they're not going to trust you again with their Social Security. They're going to be very wary of doing that. Okay, now let's get on to the second man. While I get all off in here, Randy Fine. Trump is the second coming of Christ, is what he says. Okay, there's something about ladies here. Okay, well, before I get to that, I had something on the other end about him. He'll have support from men. Okay, I don't know what this is, but this is what I pick up. Men and males, he'll have great support from. Yes, wonderful. I had so much support, but there is some support that he is leaking from ladies. Here's the ladies, and here's the secrets, unknown things that people don't want you to know. Mystery, important information is shed into light. It was shed to light that he is bleeding out females. Females is bleeding and running from this district in front of the Republican Party. All right. They used to have so much support. We got the tree and the bouquet. Look at that. That's all the love and support. And he's got the foundation. Okay. He's got foundations and roots in this in the cheating system and all that is in play for him allegedly. That would sit like he's gonna be do good. That's what I would say, you know. But it is an end to this shit, okay? Because we got a casket and we got a star, okay? A star is important news, that type of person that stands out. But this is an ending to that. This is being buried. So I would say that this man, Josh Wiles, has a very strong chance of beating him, okay? And then these numbers in the house are so tight, 218 and 213 or something like that. Have y'all ever wondered, well, I've wondered, have y'all ever wondered why they are letting Mr. Trump lead by executive order and not by doing anything or passing any laws in the Senate? I mean, in the House. They passed that little something about the budget and all of that, but I don't have any faith that that is going to remain the same and those numbers are going to remain the same. That's just not something. I think those numbers are going to change, whatever they agreed on, the reconciliation bill or whatever, or what have you. It's because they are not all on the same page. Because see, what has to happen is we also got to get the Democrats all on one page to where we vote in unison and monolith in the House and in the Senate as well, but especially in the House, since that's such a tight one there, and the Senate is not very much like, it's not a majority. And, Jeffrey's always talking, and I feel like he's kind of weak, allegedly. That's just me, but I'm a little more dominant type person than most, female voters are, or what have you. So I think that you should be a lot more direct, all right? And he should be using more of his masculine energy, and he is not, all right? And furthermore, I don't know if he's being restricted. Okay. I guess I never thought about it. Why? Because I see something in him that tells me he can be more direct. He can be more stern. He can speak his mind, and he can listen to what the voters are saying and regurgitate and reiterate that to the people that he worked with, even though he is in the minority. So he's always running around talking about he in the minority. But let me just see, is Jeffries being held back in some way where he can't say something? He can't be the person that I'm seeing that's inside of him, that he needs to be more direct. Is he being held back by people at the top? That's a yes. So that's what I've always felt when I see him. Now they say they're in the minority, okay, which they are, okay, by a few numbers or so. But every time the Republicans talk about something, then they want to talk about, we've got to do bipartisan. We got to do bipartisan. Serious? Because when not Biden, when Obama was in there, they wouldn't let him do anything. Oh no, every Republican stood staunch and strong, and everything they did, they all voted together in a monolith. But now that you have the majority in both houses, the House and the Senate, then we got to do something bipartisan. So I started thinking to myself, a lot of those things that they want done, they can't get done. Now, it would seem like simple math, the 218 to the 213, and maybe they could get there. But that would mean everyone in the Republican Party would have to go with whatever the other people are talking about. And is that going to happen? Probably no. So if they want to get some of the most moronic things they want to get done, the most things that they can disenfranchise everybody, gay people, black people, brown people, immigrants, anybody that they feel is lower than or less than, they can't push those things through. Why not? You got the majority. And King Jeffries, when he was talking all week, he said we had the minority. Okay. So something ain't adding up and something ain't right. You either got the majority or you either got the minority. You can't do nothing. Something is not right. So what we're going to do is we're going to let him lead with executive order, and then Congress just abolishes itself. And then Congress is not going to do any investigations. Mm-mm. That's usually what happens when the president start doing stuff that don't fit the Constitution. Because long, long, long time ago, that's all Republicans talked about, the Constitution. I used to tell my son, I said, the Republicans love the Constitution. Let's read it. And we read it. Okay. And very interesting document, which has held for 100 years or so more. I don't know. I'm not an expert on history, but it is held for a very long time. But now we have a king, and they have covered up the Constitution with a blanket. Now they don't want to know about the Constitution. Now they only want him to lead with executive orders, and they don't want to vote on anything. The only thing that they're interested in voting on is making sure that all the people who are the mega rich get all the tax breaks. That's all they're concerned about. That other agenda, they're going to let him run it and run it and run it and run it. And then they say, well, we'll just sit back and let the judicial system handle it. Let the judicial system handle it until they don't. Because this is a system of balances and checks. Ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody balancing. Everybody just out for a money grab. Because this mob shit. Mob ties. Allegedly. I'm just a little old country psychic. But these mob ties. And that's how they operate in this government, like a mob. I'm going to break your legs if you don't do this. Go give me some money. I want to sue you. And the suing is nothing but strong-arming people. And we looking at it. And we ain't saying nothing. But these were the Republicans who love the Constitution, baby. They bathe in the Constitution. They took a bath in the Constitution. Tell us all these Democrats how bad we wasn't country loving people. We didn't love our country. We didn't love our country because we would tell you what our country was doing wrong. You only love the country when it works for you. But when the country don't work for me, then I'm supposed to remain silent and shut the hell up while you enjoy your freedoms. You know that stupid commercial that they play on TV? That is the stupidest waste of money. And they always talk about, ooh, the waste of money, the waste of money. It's on the stamp. It's on the Social Security for the old people. $20 million. $20 million or so for a commercial where this dumb clock stands in front of the screen. Go back home and come back and enjoy our freedoms. She must think they immigrants. They ain't slow. So, but anyway, that's all on the rant. I do wish this man Josh Wells a swell well time in Florida, and hopefully Mr. Valamont can get some more support as well. But again, this has just been my little read on these special elections, and just watch the space. Watch these town halls when they come on YouTube. Watch them from the beginning and the end. Watch those Republicans at those town halls and listen to those people. Look who those people are. Look at those people ages, okay? People think that you're just going to be able to get over on old people. I think not. That will be your undoing politically if you try to mess with seniors. Messing with the seniors' medicine is also messing with where they live. They have to buy their medicine. Did somebody give them the memo or no? Mm-mm. But somebody told them that Republicans didn't get Social Security. I mean, that's had to have been the statement which was issued to them, because nothing else really makes sense if you go and mess with old people and the things which they have worked hard for. All right, because my father worked very hard. He worked so hard till his body is destroyed. Okay, he was out in the woods. Working heavily. And when he grew up, they worked on a farm. Okay. They had their own farm that they was planting. And these was like hard working. My dad is so hard working, his hands are hard. I have to take care of him. So I know I go over there and help my sister out. His hands have calluses on them. And when I think about that, and it kind of gets me in my feelings and emotional, because my dad went through so much, and then for somebody to tell him that he's a fraudster. He worked his body till it rejected on him. He worked up until he was 70 something, and he had to leave. And he did like work where in the woods. He did Most of the time it was work in the woods. He only got a job here, but in this town, in this state, and that was the easiest job he had. But it was still doing manual labor and walking here and walking there and doing that. But far as that, my dad worked so hard, in the woods. That's a hot place. They got snakes, okay, and also racism. So he had to handle that because we was in the deep south, in the great state of Mississippi. Yeah, so he had to endure that racism, and this not back in the 1950s or 60s. No, ma'am. No, sir. This is the 80s, more closer to the 90s, okay, because I'm an 80s baby. But it's still racism was there, 80s and the 90s. My dad was getting heavy racism. And for you to tell my daddy that if he don't come up there and hold on a minute. What? What? All right. All right. Sorry, y'all. I had to lock up my cat because he woke up this morning and he was throwing up and doing something. And I'm like, what is that cat doing? You know how them cats be. And so a minute ago, the people called me from downstairs, but my daughter, she like, Mama, I finally saw what that cat was eating. I said, well, what is he eating? The cat was messing with some carpet freshener. So now I'm finna lock him up and attend to this cat. But back to my story as I finished that. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to confiscate this cat here. So I'm on live. I'm on live. Oh, goody. So, like I was saying, my daddy worked hard, and he was in, racism against. And he is 78 now. He's bedridden. I take care of him. He has a colostomy bag. I take care of him. My sister take care of him. Two, I go over there. I live across the street. I take care of my daddy. Okay. And I would close the door. I would hate for somebody to tell my daddy that I know work hard for me. My daddy never was off of work unless it was like a what you call it, when they lay you off or something. That was probably for maybe a week or two. My daddy was never without a job, and when I say never, I mean never. My daddy always fed us like that, and I didn't grow up in no affluent manner or something, but my daddy always worked every day, all day, really freaking hard. And sometimes we could get food stamps, and sometimes we made too much to get food stamps. Okay. And my mama stayed at home and she took care of us. So I had a two-parent home. Okay. So for people to look at my daddy and say he a fraud, he worked his body over. How's he a fraud? And if he can't miss one check or no checks, he can't miss it, and he needs his Medicaid. I mean, he really needs it because he bedridden. So if it comes to that point, I'll be out in the streets protesting if it has anything to do with older people, uh, disabled people, because they are in my life, okay? And they are very important to me. Disabled people and older people are very important to me, and because I take care of two of those sets of people. All right. So messing with Social Security and messing with Medicaid for disabled people, that's a no-no for me. And I'll be out in the streets. Yes, definitely. Okay. It's a lot. Won't bring me out, but that will. Okay. Because there's a lot of things they want you to go out in the street and do. So that they can eliminate some persuasions of folks like me. But when it comes to like the disabled stuff, I have to stand for that. I'm sorry. I have to stand for the disabled people because these people are in my family. These older people are in my family. They are laying in beds. These older people are right here in front of me, legally blind, So I don't want nobody calling them fraudsters because they don't know what medical conditions they're going through. And anybody who votes for those type of people who can easily make those type of decisions, that's a no for me. All right, this video has already been 50 minutes, way too long. If you like my videos, like, share, and subscribe. I do tarot card readings, $25. All my information is in the comments. You can text me, and I will tell you the date and time for that. All right, I'm finna go hound on this cat and see what's up with him. He's the cats. Lord, people, just get a dog. The cats are just funny. They funny, and they I don't know. They always lurking around the house. And, what I'm gonna do, and then he like 2, so he's still like a I think they say he like a teenager or something. So the teenage cat. All right, thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, I was just saying bye.
Hold on, let me see.